Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nite Nite Show. Give yourselves a big round of applause, everybody! All right, welcome to the Nite Nite Show. I'm going to try this for the third time, the only Nite Nite Show, which happens every other night for the sake of the night, because the next night is not like the night like today, and the day after will be the same night. No. Okay, I tell you guys what. For those of you who've been watching all 3 episodes, I've never gotten a tagline for the show. And what I'm going to do right now is, for those of you who have any idea, if you have any idea of a good tagline, start to DM us, start to send us your messages. And if we use your tagline for the Nite Nite Show, I'm going to send you guys, I'm going to specially courier this one to you absolutely free of charge. So if you guys got any good tagline, send it in right now, tomorrow, right before our next show, which is next Tuesday, and we will use your tagline from that time onwards. So welcome to the Nite Nite Show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alvin Anthons. I'm your host of the Nite Nite Show, and right above my right-hand shoulder, give it up for the heavyweight champion of the world, DJ Spags. All right, thank you so much for those of you who have been sharing our videos, liking our posts, making your way to our YouTube channel and subscribing to our channel and showing all the support. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, as we promised, we're going to try and bring you 2 very interesting guests every week. Again, if you guys have any good suggestions, feel free to send us your messages, and we will try our level best to bring them live to you via Instagram, of course. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to waste any more time. We have a big show just for you, and dialing in all the way from Singapore, this guy is a hunker doodle doo. His name is none other from the host of The Amazing Race. Make some noise for Allan Wu!
What's up? Selamat datang. 大家好.
How are you, Taika?
I am good. I am very good, Alvin. Good
Thank
to
you so
see
much
you,
for coming on the show. Sorry?
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Where are you dialing in from?
I am dialing in from my home here in Singapore at the moment.
In Singapore. How have you been?
I've been well. Been very
I saw you
well,
working out today afternoon.
Yeah, finally, first time back in the gym today after about, let me see, it's been a long time, 55 days there for our circuit breaker here. There, I know it's called MCO, but ours was for 55 days, and we had a phase 1, and we just started phase 2 here in Singapore of reopening Singapore. So today was my first day back in the gym, so I was excited about that. It's about the little victories these days, so that was
exactly. Yeah, I don't know. We are currently now in, I think, phase 4 of the MCO or 5. I don't know. There have been too many different phases. But how has the circuit breaker been for you? What were you doing, or how has it been for you?
It's been good. It's been good. I think in the beginning, it took some adjustment. I think I'm sure for everyone in Malaysia, Singapore, wherever we were locked down with their own, every country had its own little name for it. I think it was a little bit, jarring in the very beginning. Then I think we all, kind of adapted and made our way through it. Along the way, I was able to stay in shape, started some little challenges myself along the way. And then also started to, I wouldn't say express myself, but try to do different things creatively outside of just entertainment. So that was exciting too, which I can share with you more about later. But it actually went a lot faster than I thought. As long as we look up and not look down and just kind of, keep moving forward, then here we are now. June's almost over. This year's, more than halfway over. It's flown by. So it's been good. It's been good. And hopefully things continue to get better here in Singapore, in Malaysia, and around the world. But I know some parts are still having a lot of issues, like back in the US. But thankfully, things are good here in Singapore and also Malaysia. So happy about that.
Yeah, exactly. And you have the plus 10 and plus 1 challenge going on at home every day, right?
Yeah, so I think
all your stories every single day, and I don't know how you reach. I think what was the maximum of the plus 10 you went to?
plus 10 we went to, the original plan was only go to day 30, which is basically 10 push-ups a day. That was the original, pretty much around the original time of the original circuit breaker. But then I think the government decided to extend our CBR lockdown another month or so. So then it ended up being a total of 55 days. So by the 55th day, we did 550 push-ups. So that was actually, I mean, yeah, I think a lot of my, other friends, celebrities, some of them quit after day 30, but I thought, we're still stuck in circuit breaker on lockdown. Let's just finish this, on a strong note. So we continued on.
And now it's a chin-up, one a day, an additional one a day.
Yeah,
right?
so now so then started that, I think after the circuit breaker during phase 1 here, the government only did very, very little reopening. So we were pretty much still all relegated to staying at home. So I thought we can sit around and do nothing, or we can, try a new little fun challenge. So I decided to, do this little challenge, this pull-up challenge. So tomorrow we'll be on day 25 and we'll stop at day 30. So almost there.
I will keep watching with my popcorn on my couch every other day.
That's good. Yeah. The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. Exactly. According to Wikipedia, you're 47 years old. Am I right? Or 47?
I actually just turned 48.
48.
Actually, just turned 48. Yeah, a couple weeks ago. So yeah.
And for you who's watching this right now, you want to know what a body of a 48-year-old man look like? Go to Allan's Instagram and just check out those body, that abs, that. And you know what, Allan? One thing I want to ask you: you run around entire Singapore in the evenings, half naked. How you manage the girls? Are you getting girls screaming from the bus, from the car, throwing themselves at you, throwing their clothes off at you? How you manage something like this, man?
I heard in Malaysia it's completely illegal to run around naked, so that's why I only do that.
You will be counting bars. You will be counting bars the moment you run out.
Exactly. I'm sure the police will pull me over. No, I think running at night, running like later in the evening, it's cooler. There's less people there, and now I live in an area that's more, I think, residential, less commercial. In the past, I lived more towards Orchard Road or more north, just a commercial area. So I get a lot more people that would recognize or know who I am. Here's a little bit more, I think, laid back, so it's okay.
Do you get chased by women or something?
Not really anymore. I think everyone just that's just some topless guy sweaty running and stuff. So I put on sunglasses. Yeah. So no. So yeah, so it's okay. Yeah.
Before you got into AXN, you were in the biotech industry. You've been doing some acting. Maybe you can just tell us a little bit more about your background.
Yeah, sure. I think before like the Amazing Race Asia, and I think entering entertainment altogether, I went to UC Berkeley. It's a university in Berkeley in California. So there I majored in integrative biology, graduated from there, and then worked for a biotechnology company called Chiron. At the time, it was the third largest biotech company that manufactured biopharmaceuticals to treat certain diseases such as metastatic kidney cancer and multiple sclerosis. Did that for about 2 years, and then just realized like maybe I didn't want to spend all of my life, wearing a lab suit, face mask, face shield, Buffon cap, and everything too. So then I went to go work for a healthcare consulting, like a small healthcare startup consulting company. Did that for about half a year and then got laid off. But during that time, I think I filled up my time with my passion, which was snowboarding. So I would always, go snowboarding a lot. And when I worked for that startup company, I actually one time had a really serious accident where I did a jump and dislocated my wrist really, really bad and just shattered it. And
where were you jumping?
I was over at North Star. It's one of the ski resorts in Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
And went there with some friends, and I was in the snowboard park. It was like 4:00 in the afternoon. The sun had set. The sun sets really, really quickly in the mountains, and you're with your friends. You're talking trash and like egging each other on. So I thought I'm gonna go and just try and take this jump really big and do a big trick on it. And instead of landing on my feet, I landed on my hand and then just completely just busted it up. And then it was from that moment I realized like I need to start doing what I want to do with my life versus what I think my parents want me to do. And growing up, I grew up in the U.S. At that time. I think I did face, I think some discrimination, some racism, and I think the portrayal of Asians in general wasn't very good, especially for males. So I thought I really wanted, maybe try and work in media somehow, and maybe see if we can change the perception of Asians, especially Asian males. And so that's when I decided to take a stab or give it a shot here in entertainment. And so I started modeling there first in San Francisco. Then I went to LA and then signed with Ford. And then I was all set to go to work in Hollywood. But then I wanted to see what it was like to come out here to Asia and be the majority and be considered, I guess, white in America or what everyone looked like else too. So then when I was out in Asia here, I actually auditioned in Taiwan to be a VJ for MTV. At that time, MTV was huge. This is like mid to late 90s and stuff. But at the time, I couldn't speak really any Chinese at all. So I did this audition, had to memorize 2 sentences in Chinese for a music video for Smashing Pumpkins. And the whole weekend, I got this huge zit on my forehead, just trying to memorize 20, 30 characters, just flubbed through the whole thing with a green screen. Never thought I'd ever come back out to Asia. But then a couple weeks later, back in San Francisco, they contacted me and said, "Hey, Allan, we saw your audition tape. Your Mandarin is atrocious. It's terrible. It's super jalat. But we see some potential in you. Would you want to come to Taiwan here and become a VJ for MTV and learn Chinese?" And I thought, Hollywood or America, all of this will still be here. So let's give it a shot. So then I went to Taiwan, learned Chinese, became a VJ for MTV, and then went to Hong Kong, signed with the biggest movie company there, did a lot of TV commercials. And then it was later on that I went to Singapore and then signed with MediaCorp and started doing Chinese dramas and then hosting events and just, I think, so I've lived in a lot of different places and been very, very fortunate, I think, to have that opportunity to travel and be able to, utilize that experience from one market to another. So so then it was only later on that I auditioned to be the host of The Amazing Race Asia, which I can tell you about more later, but I don't want to take up too much time.
Speaking of MediaCorp, we were actually going through some of your old videos online, in which we will insert those clips. And there was one drama which you were in, and you were at a bar, and I think you were half your current size now, and you had 2 girls with you, and you had to take them and go and do some dancing. And what was that about, man?
That was actually a lot of. I actually took it.
That was a real fun video,
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was my very first Chinese drama here in Singapore. It was called Bukit Ho Sui or Ho Sui San, and at that time I could speak Chinese, but I couldn't really read any Chinese at all. And so I had just come here. I think they were looking for a new, I think, male lead actor. We had this new blockbuster period piece, and we see you, being right for this role. So I thought, okay, great. And then they sent me this stack of scripts, this really, really high. I'm like, I can't really read any Chinese here. So then it was a 30 episode blockbuster series that got cut down to 29 episodes. And so it was a huge steep learning curve. And, I was getting beaten up all the time and then had to learn Chinese and then actually took some dancing classes for that, you couldn't really tell.
I watched your dancing scene. It was not too bad, kind of, 80s kind of a move you had there.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a lot of fun. I mean, now that I look back, I have some friends watching now too. It just brings back a lot of very, very happy memories. But of course, at the time, it was really, really challenging. It was probably one of the hardest, work experiences of my life. Just trying to learn Chinese and trying to memorize lines, trying to act, trying to understand blocking, camera angles, 3 camera shooting, and then trying to dance, getting beaten up, just crying, getting dramatic. And it was a period piece, and I've done a lot of other dramas since, but that one will always hold a very special place in my heart because it was the very first one I did, and I just learned so much from it.
That was a nice one. Have you ever had to do anything else which was as challenging as that on TV drama?
I think anything I have to do in Mandarin is pretty challenging. I think so. I've been lucky now to go to China, and I've done 2 other versions of The Amazing Race. One of them became bilingual, started in English, and I had to do another one with celebrities, which was all Chinese with a lot of very, very, top tier, I think, Chinese celebrities on my show. It's called Jisu Chenji, and it's on Shenzhen.
And in English, it means?
It means, I guess it means to move at a really fast pace, like just to just burst forward,
Yeah.
But basically, it's basically the Chinese translation for The Amazing Race. Yeah. So that they use things called tenyu and stuff too. So along the way, I've had, to host. I mean, for me, every time I have to use Chinese, especially in live events, hosting media launches or press conferences, or it's always a challenge. But I enjoy that challenge because it forces me to improve and work on my Chinese.
Yeah, I'm sure it pushes you to the next level every single time you get on there and try and do it in Chinese, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of have you ever, okay, I'm going to go break this discussion right now to go into our first game segment, which is going to be called Never Have I. So let's go, DJ Specs.
Let's do it.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
All right.
Look what I got.
I see you found one of those in Singapore as well.
I found it. These are the most popular cups here in Singapore.
Really
you
now?
Are huge, yeah.
How much do you pay for something like that?
I don't know my year's salary for this thing. This thing is so rare, actually. I think I'm the only one in Singapore with it. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, we're gonna play Never Have I, and the game is very simple. I believe we spoke a little bit about this, and I got you to prepare some balsamic vinegar. You have that with you? Yeah, balsamic vinegar.
This is Tasmanian pepperberries balsamic honey vinegar.
Okay, I've got Heinz imported balsamic vinegar Madonna.
Okay.
Okay, what I need you to do is very simple. Try to fill up as much vinegar in your one of a kind rare in Singapore.
I can fill up a lot, but I mean, yeah. You want a lot?
Yeah, quite a bit.
I don't have that much left here, but actually, there's not that much left actually in this thing, but okay.
Okay.
Hopefully I don't get it wrong, but
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, okay, which starts with Never Have I. All right?
Okay.
And if you have done whatever I'm going to say previously, you need to sip some of that vinegar.
Okay.
If you have not, then I'm going to drink. Okay?
Okay, so you're going to say never have I, and then if I have done it, I will drink it.
You drink.
But if I don't drink, then you'll drink.
Yes. And at the end of the day, if you drink more than me, you need to show everyone your six-pack. And if I drink more than you, I'm going to ask you to show everyone your six-pack.
No, I want to see your six-pack,
Okay, we're going to try out one. First one, we're going to give you a try. Never have I littered.
Littered. Yeah, so I get to drink, right?
Cheers. Never have I texted a nude selfie.
Texted nude selfie. Have I texted a nude selfie?
You're thinking.
Hi, how nude? Like six-pack?
Now more nude, full.
Full nude.
Drink?
No drink.
No. Damn. Never have I lied to get out of doing a gig.
Oh, of course.
Never have I gone skinny dipping. Never have I hooked up while traveling for work. Never have I gone out with my friend's ex.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
No, dang.
I'm a loyal man,
Okay.
Bros before.
Yeah, fill in the blank. Okay, next one. Never have I stood up on someone.
Yeah, no.
No? Never have I cheated on a test.
Okay. Ugh. It's like stuff in here. I think it's all fermenting.
Okay, never have I flushed before finishing peeing.
Yeah, I always finish it.
You always finish it?
Yeah.
Never have I checked myself out in the mirror and think to myself, damn, I look hot. You gotta
That's
drink,
like
man. You gotta drink, yeah.
Yeah, that's a loaded question, you know. I'm not
Okay,
hot, but
never
I'll check
have I
myself out.
lied to get a job.
Lied to get a job. Like lied how much? I guess
drink, bro, drink. Okay, never have I used my celebrity status to avoid getting a summon.
I'm gonna say I use it. They kind of I'll
Cheers. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Never have I.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
So you know what you'll be having to do right before we end the show today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we'll come back to that a little bit later. Now let's go to the highlight, right? Everybody wants to know, Amazing Race. You can consider it as the best job any host in the world will want to be at. You get to travel. How was it like for you?
I mean, for lack of a better word, I get to ask this question a lot. I like to say it's amazing. I think it's what I just want to tell everyone too is a lot of people ask me whether things are staged, things are scripted, and I just want to say unequivocally that everything, whatever happens on the race, happens right there at that moment. If we aren't able to capture it on the camera, then we've missed it. So it's a huge crew, huge production, and I think that's why the show historically has won more Emmy Awards than any other reality show. For me, it's been an eye-opening experience to have this opportunity to travel and see the world, and I think kind of like, I wouldn't say be the face, but I think be able to be in charge of all these very, very qualified, adventurous contestants through so many seasons and through so many different versions. So it's been an amazing experience. I think for me to go to a lot of places that I normally wouldn't go. There was
Which was your best country which you visited?
Best country, I think that I
Or
visited.
province or an area. Which was the best location you guys shot at?
And I've been to, I think, best location. I think, I think I really enjoyed going to Prague in the Czech Republic. That was in season 2 of The Amazing Race Asia, but that was amazing. Then I went to Santorini. I've been, to Cappadocia in Turkey with all the hot air balloons. So,
nice.
And these are way off the beaten path. So it's allowed me to, to just really appreciate, I think, this world. And it sounds really cheesy and cliche, but yeah, you just really see so much beauty. It's just a lot different being there, but sometimes we go into the country in the morning, then we shoot that episode, we just shoot everything in real time. We can shoot an entire episode in one day, and then we can fly off that same night on a chartered flight or somewhere else too. So you want to go back, and sometimes I can't remember things that well because we're moving so fast, and I'm trying to memorize my lines. We're going from a fast forward to a roadblock to a detour, just trying to get, the lines through and then waiting at the pit stop. So it can
Do
be.
you ever try to complete any of those roadblocks or detour on your own?
I do. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I do try. But I think a lot of times when I go to those locations, they don't want me to be there when the contestants are there too. So I have to monitor and keep track where the contestants are. If they're on their way there, then we have to leave really, really fast. Like let's say I want to try bungee jumping in New Zealand, then I can do it, but then I have to go through a whole safety briefing, get harnessed. It takes a long time. By the time I go through all that, which I wanted to do, then the teams are, pretty much already on their way there. So a lot of times I want to do a lot of things, but I don't, just because, it's just the pace of the race.
So which one was your best experience participating in any of those roadblocks or challenges? Your best experience?
I think for me, I remember my worst experiences more than my best experiences because those stick in. I would say one time, it was one time in Taiwan, in Taipei. Okay. I think it was season 3. It was every time we have a self-driving, I think episode or task, then I just think, oh, shoot, this is gonna get ugly because they're driving at night. You know, this is before we had, you know, I think Google Maps or Waze or GPS, and you know, they're supposed to go north and they're going south, you know, in Taiwan. And I'm sitting there at this pit stop, let's say at 5 p.m. and then they're lost. They're completely lost. And then it's like 6 in the morning. The next morning, I'm still waiting for the team. I'm gonna miss my flight because this team is totally lost. And it's just you're just sitting there for all this time doing nothing. And remember, this is before like mobile phones and mobile data and internet. So you don't have like, you know, you can't just play with your phone or, you know, post up your little new, I think, Instagram, you know, picture, or your new, you know, you want to surf the net. You're like stuck there in the middle of nowhere, you know. So those, I remember the long pit stops. And I remember like, let's say being in Dubai, waiting, you know, like with the, you know, the Burj Al Arab in the background, temperatures like 50, 55 degrees Celsius, you know, on the sand at the beach.
Yeah, that's hot.
And my shirt is just soaked. It's totally soaked. It's just,
I'm sure you wouldn't have mind. I'm sure you wouldn't have minded being soaked, right?
I didn't mind, but yeah, I think on camera it didn't look very good. You know, I'm a professional. I'm a professional, so I need so the shirt's all. So then I just jumped in the ocean there, got the shirt totally soaked, and did my welcoming to the contestants as they arrived.
And in your experience, which was the most difficult or the most drama-fied couple you had on the show?
Oh, there's been so many of those. I think the reason the show does so well is it's not really the challenges, you know, I think, or the tasks.
It's the drama.
Mental. It's the drama I think it's a stress, you know, I think that's the real TV gold. I mean, I can't say I want to encourage couples to fight or argue, but we love watching that. We love watching people under duress, watching how they handle stress and watching how they do it. And that it's about overcoming all that. So a lot of times it's about just being cool, being patient, but still being able to, I think, complete these various tasks. So yeah, I mean, I think I just, you know, when I go back and watch these, a lot of times I hear about these people arguing, but that's why I really enjoy watching the show too, because you hear about them arguing, but I'm not sitting there in the car on that task as they're trying to count this thing, or, you know, someone's getting thrown off an ostrich as they're riding, you know, and then, you know, so there's a lot of those moments, you know, it's that human emotion that I think has resonated so well with, you know, the race being so popular in Malaysia, Singapore, all around Asia and stuff too. So it's been great.
Are you guys going to go into shooting anytime, or what's the story with the show now?
I think right now they've been trying, I think, to do another season 6 of The Amazing Race Asia. Haven't heard that much right now about it, because right now in this day and age, before television was king. Now, you know, I'm talking to you here on IG Live. Technology has changed. People now are spending a lot more time on their phones. So a lot of that revenue and advertising dollars and marketing is now going more towards, I think, the digital platform. So to do a show of that scale requires a lot of money. And so it's about them being able to integrate a TV platform, but also, you know, having a huge component online, you know, too. That's where they want to advertise also. So right now, you know, AXN's working on that. Also, Shenzhen TV's working on another season of Jisoo Chenjing, The Amazing Race China Celebrity Edition.
Oh, that's nice.
So hopefully, so it would be awesome to do it again. I would love to do it again, but fortunately, there's been other jobs that are projects, let's say in China, that are similar to it. It's just a show of that scale, of logistically too, going to so many different countries, you know, getting the flights, moving, you know, 100-man crew is very challenging in this day and age. So hopefully they can pull it all together, find a sponsor who sees, I think, the power, the allure, you know, of the show, and we do it again. But if I hear anything, I'll be sure to let you know.
Please do. And if you're overbooked by any chance, let me know. I will stand in for you just for one episode.
Oh, thank you so much. You definitely would be a great stand.
All right. What are your plans once the entire circuit breaker is done and you guys get to go out living your regular lives? What do you have planned for yourself and your kids?
No, I have a couple of things. I think right now I think it's a very uncertain area, I think, for a lot of us in entertainment, you know, who rely on live events, on hosting, on acting, you know, I think singing, going to concerts. So it's allowed me more time to maybe do other things. One thing I'm really excited about is working with a very new company, very exciting. You know, we just set up an office in Paris. It's called Bellagraph Nova, and it's basically, if I had to sum it up like in a couple of words or sentences, it's like an LVMH, but for modern times, which incorporates luxury, I think robotics, AI, and also healthcare and medical. So there's a lot that we're in the very, very beginning of it. It's like the tip of the iceberg. So I'm excited to be doing that right now. And then also, I'm in talks to endorse a couple of things, which is always great. Endorsements are always great. And then right now, actually, I'm trying to get into China too. So to work on a new project for Discovery Channel and also one of the largest TV stations there called Hunan Weishi. So that show will, I think, be something similar to The Amazing Race, but maybe not as competition oriented and maybe more, I think, science, technology based, but it also has contestants who go around different parts of China to, I think, more rural areas, and they would like me to host this second season. So right now, the biggest challenge for me is trying to get into Zhongguo or China. So we'll see.
That's nice. I wish you all the best, man.
Thank you, Alvin. Thank you. You too.
This current pandemic is going on, and one thing that taught us was how short life can be, or how not to take life for granted. You have definitely been to the base camp of Everest. Are you planning to do something big for yourself? Just as a self-achievement besides business and TV? Are you planning to go up that mountain, or are you planning to do something crazy?
I think that would probably, to me, equate more to probably like a midlife crisis kind of thing, for me, I think I realized when I look back, it's crazy, again, I turned 48 this year, and I just want to send a message to everyone, life does go by fast, I think, especially now in light of COVID-19, it's allowed us, I'm thankful that it's allowed me to reassess what's important to me. Obviously, my children are the most important thing to me. They're growing up so fast now, and then I think in the past I would love to do more. I think risk, I think just more like extreme sports. But as you become a parent, and realize your own mortality, I will still do it if it's work related. Like last year, I went skydiving for the first time. Like on the day of, I was doing a show, like this extreme sports show in China, and they told me, "You want to go? You're going to be going up there to skydive. We're going to film you." I'm like, "Really? I haven't even agreed to it or consented to it." But
lucky you. I've been wanting to go skydiving for the longest time, and I still have not had the chance to do so, man.
Well, you got to get it done. Yeah, it is a rush. It is a rush. It's amazing. And then just from work, I've had a lot of just been very, very fortunate and very thankful to go to a lot of different places. And do documentaries to a lot of more, I think, impoverished areas. That probably need a lot of help, and it just helps you, I think, realign and balance and realize how lucky we are. But also, to just always do follow our heart and do what we want to do, and that's, I think, the most important message I want to send out. For me, I've been very lucky to have, work take me to a lot of places, but hopefully it'll take me to more. And I think I just hope maybe to one day do some of these things with my children when they're a little bit older. But for now, I think I'm pretty happy with everything I've done. I don't have that, desire to, to scale Everest again, or even going to base camp was pretty tiring, pretty hard. So I think there's not anything out there that I really, really want to do. So I'll see what comes my way.
And you just live every day as it comes by.
Exactly. I think definitely make the most of each moment. Definitely.
Exactly.
Especially now.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. All right, we're going to break into our second game segment. We're going to put you in the spot once again, and this time it's going to be called the Rapid Fire. Hit it, Specs. All right, Allan, we're going to go and break into this game called Rapid Fire. I'm going to hit you as many questions as possible in the span of 1 minute time limit, and you have to answer as quickly and as spontaneous and as honest as possible. All right?
Okay. Do I have to drink or not? More vinegar?
No more vinegar.
Okay.
No more vinegar.
Thank you.
Simple answers. Apples or oranges?
Oranges.
Oranges. You are the first person in the history of the show who have said oranges.
On all 3 episodes of.
All right. Daily diet. What's your daily diet like?
Cereal. I usually eat cereal in the morning. A light lunch. It could be like a burrito maybe, or a hamburger. Dinner is usually heavier. Then it could probably be like a 3 or 4 course meal with, friends, or by myself maybe now. Maybe something with carbs and some meat. I definitely have to have carbs and meat in my diet. Vegetables aren't as important.
Very nice. If you could settle down in your retirement in one country, which country would it be?
Good question. I think either Singapore or maybe back in California.
Okay. If you could star in one Hollywood blockbuster sequel, who would you play?
Hollywood blockbuster sequel. I would like to play, I think, it'd be kind of cool to play, maybe, I would say Gladiator, but, Russell Crowe died, I used to love those kind of like epic, I think, period pieces, and everything too.
All right. Daniel Craig or Dwayne Johnson?
Dwayne Johnson, God, it's got to be The Rock,
The Rock, yeah.
For Under Armour,
Yeah. If The Amazing Race wasn't something which you did, what would be your dream job?
Dream job. I think if I look back now, I think looking at how everyone is, obviously right now with COVID-19, I probably would be a doctor. Maybe initially I probably would have continued with my studies in science from university, and maybe it would have been like, an eye doctor, an ophthalmologist, or I would say probably an ophthalmologist, eye doctor, or maybe plastic surgery. But then I think I would probably get tired of everyone being so plastic.
Plastic, yeah. Your fitness motivation?
Fitness motivation, like the person or just myself?
Who is a person? Or if you have a particular goal, or yeah.
I think my goal is just to go out there. I think just to keep pushing myself. I think with the +10 and +1, and just be the best version of yourself. And I've always believed, everyone says, they have no time and they're not motivated. And I think I've always believed, our body will only take where our mind takes us. So a lot of it isn't about the physical strength that I or anyone has when they go work out. It's about that mental discipline to find the time and to make it a priority to stay in shape and stay active. So I would say it's just a personal thing for myself. And I love being active, and I'm very passionate about sports at a young age. So I've just kind of kept it going over the past 4 decades.
Okay, if you could replace one world leader for a day, who would it be?
Oh, definitely Donald Trump.
Okay, what is the best pickup line used on you before?
Used on me?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, excuse me, are you Allan Wu? And I'm like, Allan who? No, are you Allan Wu? I'm like, no, I don't know Allan Wu.
Okay, what is the best pickup line have you used on somebody?
I guess, it's probably not the best one, but I'll say, do you have 10 ringgit? And then, why? I'm like, because I need to call my mother until I found the girl of my dreams.
Wow.
And this is from back in college, okay? So I don't usually those lines at all anymore.
Did it
I'm
work?
I still remembered it.
Did it work?
It worked, yeah. It always works.
Yeah, it did.
It's got to be. It's not about what you say in life. It's how you say it.
Exactly, man. Exactly. All right. One last one. Okay, no, I got three. I got three more. Do you consider yourself as the most eligible bachelor in Singapore right now?
The most eligible?
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty eligible. I'm not sure if I'm the most. I don't know all the candidates, but I think I'm definitely, 90 percentile, 95 percentile. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sunrise or sunsets?
Definitely sunsets. I don't like to wake up early unless I'm paid to do it.
Celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush?
Yeah.
I'm not sure right now. Let me think. I can't think any off the top of my head, so I'll just say, who should I say? That's a good question.
Tough one.
You got me there.
Tough one.
I'll say Jennifer Aniston. I'll say
Jennifer Aniston. Okay. Three words which best describes Allan Wu.
3 words. Okay.
Yeah.
Disciplined. I think confident, adventurous.
All right, there you have it, everybody. Rapid fire. Make some noise for Allan Wu.
Terima kasih. Thank you very much. Shit.
Okay, we are a little bit overrun as usual. The show always has this overrun issue because we're having good fun. Now, as we promised, everybody, for the amount of vinegar you drank, you need to exhibit a little bit of that 8 yummy packs you have in there, as what all the ladies say. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to just take a little deep breath, or you don't need to take some deep breaths, go for it, man. Everyone's ready.
I need about 2 hours to get my PS, get my Photoshop. I need to go get Photoshop and everything too. So I need more than a minute.
Come on. For everybody who's watching, I think we've got 334 of them on the show just for you, man. And
wow, no, they're here for you. They're here for you.
Trust me, the amount of messages I received because of you. I think we have got 80% ladies on the show tonight, you know?
Oh, really? That's nice to hear.
Yeah. A little bit of the 8-packs. Come on, just for the ladies.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit. Let me see if they show up.
All right, Allan, we're running a little bit short of time.
No problem.
Any last words? Any final messages you have for your viewers out there, your fans? You know.
Yeah, no, I just want to thank you for having me on the show, Alvin. You know, it's been a lot of fun. You know, I think hopefully it all goes well. And I just want to wish the best for everyone there in Malaysia, Singapore, whoever's watching the show from around the world. One of the messages I wanted to send out during this entire coronavirus was just, you know, we got to stay positive. You know, we will, and we have gotten through this together. So let's continue to stay safe. If we need to stay home, you're not feeling well, then definitely let people know. But it's actually gone a lot faster than I thought. The most important thing I think that I realized is, you know, make sure your family's well and take care of yourself. You don't have to be doing 550 push-ups or 25 pull-ups or, you know, but definitely, you know, be mindful of taking care of yourself. And then if you take care of your body will take care of you. You don't have to be having an 8-pack or 6-pack, but your body will thank you for it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely, we really, it's a pleasure to have you on the Nite Nite Show.
Thank you.
You have a lot of great things happening for you, and we'd like to wish you all the very best in all that you wish to get, and we really hope that you get it, and we really hope that you look for me for your replacement as well for one of the episodes. No,
I'm going to audition you, okay? I'm going to audition you.
No, we really wish you all the best, and you've got a lot of great things happening, and at any point you would like to come back on the show, feel free to give me a buzz to share your current experience. Anytime, we'll be there for you.
Thank you very much, Terima kasih. Thank you so much, Alvin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great
Thank
job.
you for your time. Thank you for calling in from Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for the one and only Allan Wu, everybody!
Terima kasih. Thank you, everyone. Doze, thank you so much. 谢谢. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And all the best, and stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Yep, thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Allan Wu on the show all the way from Singapore. Make some noise for him, guys. Come on. Fantastic guest we have. And we have come to the end of today's episode. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, coming on the show, we have none other than our first female celebrity on the show. We will be having Dr. Su Win Si, who will be coming on the show to share some of her current stories and what she's up to right now. And before we get to next week, I'd like to request for each and every one of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, share as much as possible, and get us to get this ball rolling as quickly as we can. Once again, thank you so much for joining us on the Nite Nite Show. We will be back with you next week, Tuesday, with Dr. Su Win Si. Till then, we'd like to wish you all a night, Selamat Malam Jumaat, and Selamat Goodbye, everybody!
Thank you for watching the Nite Nite Show. Transmission will end in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.